absolutely right. I'm sure that he is going to claim 5th place, which is all he needs to do to become the 2008 Formula One World Champion, Lewis Hamilton. And you will, well, the Ferrari boys are celebrating, but
they both think they won, but
Ferrari are wrong. They're absolutely wrong. Hamilton's finished 5th. You will never see a more dramatic conclusion to any motor race, let alone a Grand Prix, than that. And the result of it all is that Lewis Hamilton is the world champion.
Unbelievable.
Guys, I'm speechless.
Throughout history, sports have been a crucial part of human entertainment and drive, and up until the 1890s, no one ever thought to race cars instead of people as a sport. Then, in 1894, someone in Paris had the brilliant idea to have a race in their cars from Paris to Bordeaux, France, and back. Since then, motorsports have been a crucial part of sports history. Motorsports has touched almost every corner of the world, from the Daytona International Speedway in Florida all the way to the Albert Park Circuit in Australia. Men from all over the world have come to compete in these series for over a century. But what about women? Women in sports have existed for almost a century as well, so why haven't they been granted the pleasure of racing in cars that go 200 miles an hour? The answer is, they have. You just haven't looked close enough. This is Jamie Chadwick, the first female winner in IndyCar NXT. And this is Lil Lombardi, the first woman to get a point in Formula One. Women have been pioneering parts of motorsports since its creation. People just haven't taken the time to support them.
Where are we at the moment with women drivers and women being able to compete at the same level, in the same numbers as men in Formula One?
Well, I think that's a key thing. There isn't the numbers. They're not being encouraged at grassroots level, and therefore we just don't have the numbers of women coming through. Now, my younger sister was naturally more talented than I was, and she raced in karts and she was winning in karting. But in the end, she didn't have that last little desire and hunger to want to push herself, to continue.
And does she believe that it was down to her, or is there a structural problem in Formula One that puts women off? Is it simply about the women?
No, actually, in other sports, you're not allowed. You're not able to compete on an equal footing with men. But in motorsport, it's always been open to both men and women. And one of my colleagues on television, Susie Wolff, was able to get herself to the point where she was on the cusp of Formula One. The opportunity didn't come and she chose to step away. But I don't see any physical reason, because we have power steering and the likes in the cars.
In 1975, Lil Lombardi placed 8th at the Spanish Grand Prix and became the first woman to get points in Formula One. She was also the first woman to qualify and compete in the Race of Champions at Brands Hatch in 1974. Then, in 1976, the first woman competed in the NASCAR Winston Cup event, and her name was Janet Guthrie. Then she went on to qualify and race in the Indy 500 in 1977, then again in 78 and 79. Now we see pioneering women like Susie Wolff, who created the all-female F1 feeder series F1 Academy. She was named a development driver for Williams Racing in 2012 and then made her free practice debut 2 years later in Silverstone.
There are a couple of very proud moments in my career, and a couple of moments which were very defining in my career. I think the first was getting nominated for the British Young Driver of the Year award, because this got me noticed within motorsport by the right people. The next would have been being picked up by Mercedes-Benz to race for them. I think for any young racer or driver, it's being paid to race is the ultimate goal always, and to race for one of the best car manufacturers in the world, the Star, that was something that made me very, very proud. And of course, the third proudest moment was joining Williams Martini Racing.
Then in 2023, she started F1 Academy, an all-female feeder series. Susie is known as one of the most influential people in motorsports history.
Deliver, and much is made of gender because there aren't many females in racing, but I always say gender is irrelevant. The most important is performance. It's the time you show on the stopwatch. I think the biggest piece of advice is never give up. People shouldn't assume that I was on a glided path to Formula One. There was many ups and downs along the way, and unfortunately in racing there is only ever one winner, and I experienced more downs than I did ups. But I was doing something I loved. I never gave up. I stayed determined, stayed focused, and eventually my dreams and goals.
Before that, there was the W Series, an all-female series not associated with F1. It ran from 2019 to 2022 and helped shape the futures of many female racers, like the Ian Dames team and Dorian Pin. If I could ask for one thing for the next presidency, I'd want people to start looking to the future of female racers. So please, take the information I've given you and put it to use and help the future of motor racing.